What's up, guys? What is going on? Welcome, welcome. Excited to be here with all of you. It's all love. All right, let me go ahead and we're going to get this kicked off here in a second. Appreciate everybody that's on live. I know we're on at a different time as usual, an hour later. So for those of you that are in Europe, Africa, Asia, either you woke up early or you stayed up extremely late, I am super grateful for your commitment. So mad love to you guys. So yeah, we're live. Go ahead and share. Let your people know. Let your traders, the homies, let them know. It's that time of the day. All right. So let me know in the chat. I know the week is just starting off. We just got some really interesting movement with metals right now. It's unusual time. So I'll be going over that. I'll be going over indices and all of the main news events that are happening today as well. So it's going to be a blast. Let's get this thing set up. Let's get it rolling. But how's everyone feeling today? All right, got that just set there. What's good, Seth? What's up, Mario? We got Cash Money Cole in the house. We got Lindsay in here. Chalet. Park City is on separate channels. All right, I see y'all. Okay, y'all getting fancy now. I never know which one of you guys are on the morning sessions. So it's good to know. What's good, Bavik? Carlos, ¿qué tal? All right. Always both. Maybe said a little more. What's up? What's up? Gold buys off the 2 hour. Yeah, I wish this would have started a little bit earlier. We would have been able to take these buys on gold. They're playing off pretty nice. Have to get the daughter from practice. I get you, man. I was in yesterday's Spanish session. I see you, bro. Guys, let me go ahead and get this going here now. Let's see here. I think this is like mega zoomed in and it looks crazy right now. Let me get this all set in stone. Yo! Like mega zoom. This is too much. Let's see here. What's up, y'all? Alright, cool. Cool. This works a lot better. So how's it going? Hold on. This thing is... I'm not liking the vibe on this right now. Alright. That's a little better. Okay, so... Got the camera rolling. Got the stream going. Buenas noches, Argentina. ¿Qué tal? Recién tocamos stop loss con oro. Así es, mi bro. Así es. Was good. Gut said one more drop, but if it's gone, it's gone. Nah, this is what I was looking for. I had the buys over here on gold from yesterday. And didn't quite get the reaction that I wanted. We may have mitigated over here on this gold sell. So this might have been the actual reversal. But yeah, this just kissed our zone right now. And it's playing off pretty nice. I didn't get an entry on this, unfortunately. But what's up? All right, guys, let me know who's live. What's good? Pleasure to be here. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to be doing a giveaway today for the culture. You already know. So if we hit 100 live today on the stream, I'll be doing a giveaway. We did it yesterday. And the person who won actually decided to donate it to a cause, which is pretty cool. It's a charity in Indonesia. They're building schools and doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. So, yeah, shout out to Nacho. He decided to pay it forward, which is pretty sick. No entré aquí, David. Se me fue, bro. Se me escapó, pero ya teníamos la zona ahí dibujada. So, all right, guys, let's dive into some things here. I'm excited. I'm grateful that y'all are here as well. And we're going to start at the top. There's a lot of movement going on. We're in interesting times as well. So, there's a little bit of everything that we do want to consider when looking at this. So, as you guys all can see, here, there's not a lot going on today. There's really not much, and that's why it was interesting that we had so much. What was that? Oh, my bad, guys. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call right now. All right, cool. So there's a lot going on, but there's no fundamental news. So why did gold drop so aggressively, liquidate these positions, and then play off of this zone? Why did this happen? Why this time? And if you look at this, look at this, guys. This drops 370 pips in an instant. Does that seem a little unusual to anybody here? We should be able to get entry on lower time frame. Maybe not. We don't always get those, so this might be a quick push down and quick recovery. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not really worried about that. But what's interesting here is this. And guys, when you look at the calendar, especially on Forex Factory, you can see like the metals calendar. You can see all types of calendar, and you can see there's nothing scheduled here, right? So what do we past phase one on this drop? Nice, congratulations. Let's get some love for Ninja FX in the chat. Just past phase one. Well done. I'm willing to be the position that allowed your trade to trigger. Good work, guys. Good work, man. I couldn't tell you how many times we've seen people like just get it done on the sessions. This thing is sick. Those of you that are hop on in the mornings, y'all know what that feels like when we're hitting those trades and people are getting the job done. So why did this happen, guys? Now, one of my favorite places to go for it's not necessarily trading news, right? But there are, investing macro things that happen that help us kind of see what's going on in the market. And sometimes we see that people drop certain news events. So whether it's inflation, whether it's a wartime, whether it's something happened in Japan or in China, and so we get to see what's going on in the market, and there's news events that allow these things to unfold. So whether you want to see it here, but when it comes down to what happened with metals, as of right now, guys, I honestly haven't really figured out. I was also multitasking, and I was doing. We just actually announced that we are hosting trading workshops all across the U.S. So if you guys are in Chicago, if you're in San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Phoenix, Oxnard, LA area, or Seattle, then pull through. We're going to be hosting events in all of those cities. So I'll make sure you guys can just get your tickets, and it's going to be all value, strategy-based, psychology-based, crypto, oriented. And then, but yeah, would love to see you guys there. So I was just doing that. Couldn't really figure out what exactly was going on with metals and why it dropped this aggressively in this moment. It's Asian session news, so it's probably something that happened out in either China or maybe something war-related. But the reason I don't think this is necessarily a war-related news event is because we didn't really see anything else happen. Like Euro USD, and none of the dollar pairs did anything else. We didn't see, Bitcoin continue to go higher or lower. We didn't see indices make any dramatic movements either. So this was directly related with gold. And if I'm not mistaken, I feel like this is going to have some sort of yen correlation. So let's take a look at yen here and see if anything happened. Well, you look at that. The yen is working its way further down. It looks like the yen had some nice movement. So all of these pairs going against the yen, looks like they're all making a nice bullish push during this hour. Some more than others, but nothing even too aggressive either. So we'll see. I'm not going to focus too much on the reason of why this is happening. But hey, what's up, Raul, man? What's good, man? I haven't seen you in I feel like years, but good to see you on here, man. And like I said, guys, we are going to be doing a giveaway if we hit 100 while we're live on the stream. So just saying, if y'all want a little extra cash for some crypto, for some bit, maybe just fund your own trading accounts. I mean, it's up to y'all. But let's get everything rolling, guys. Let's focus on what's going on here. So I'm gonna cover first a little bit on the upcoming news. Now we have in about 5 hours, we have Euro news. Now let me know if you are in the chat. Let me know if you will be trading London session. I personally won't be. I'll be nice and fastly asleep. Because if I trade London, it probably gets in the way of me trading New York. And since I live stream the mornings, I like to be up a little earlier, get the mind right, get the body in a high level of vibration frequency. So if I'm up super late, it's just chaos. I'm not really trying to do that. But let me know if you guys are London session traders. I do want to cover Euro and the pound quickly. That way, you guys have something to take advantage of. So I'll go ahead and start off there. It's cool to see the updates. I know it looks like there's a watch list here that they added. They integrated a different kind of setup here with TradingView. So I kind of like it. But we'll start with Euro since that's the first news event that we're going to see, and then we'll go from there. There are a couple ideas that I right now am waiting for that I like, that I want to share with you guys. So let me go ahead and close out a couple things. Also, guys, I will be dropping a brand new video here in a day or two, depending on this thumbnail. I might drop it tomorrow. If not, then it'll be Wednesday. All right, we're 30 away though from the giveaway. So, all right, what am I waiting for? What do I like? What do I want to see here? Euro odd right now. I don't have any clear indications for entry, so I'm not really going to spend my time going over this. And if you guys have a specific Euro or pound pair that you want me to look at, just let me know in the chat. I'll take a look at that. Alicia, what's up? What's good? Yo, shout out to Alyssa. She's actually attending our VIP experience out in Phoenix, where we're going to get together and just, hang out for a couple days with a couple traders. So Euro odd, nothing to see here, guys. But Euro CAD. If you ask me, Euro CAD is cooking up here. It's close enough to our zone, right? Market right now needs to drop a casual 25 pips to activate our zone. Could Euro wick down to activate our order before it goes on up? I think it's possible. So take a look at this, guys. Here's what I see for Euro CAD. Now, price here quickly and aggressively drops down to take out these lows. Then it very quickly, just as quick, if not faster, recovers this candle, right? This movement, because remember, these are just positions that are open that drive price down, and then more positions with more lots, right? More money, it drives price higher. But not only does this create an imbalance and continue going higher, it makes higher highs and keeps pushing until we have slowly but surely worked our way back down. Now, if I zoom out as well, we can kind of see where we've been moving. Price came down, lost some momentum, and came back down again. So to me, it looks like we're we're at a good place where price can come back and then continue working its way higher. Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to give you guys some focus on, and it's that I'm giving you an intraday exit here, which I think the majority of you will probably prefer to exit the market here. Intraday, we have 3 risk reward there. But there is equal highs right here, and if I zoom out, you can see that this, if you go past these equal highs, this actually sends us to fill in this imbalance. So could the market go all the way over here for a massive liquidity capture and imbalance fill now that the market has been flowing pretty bullish lately? I think it's definitely possible. And this right here would put us at a 12 risk reward. I don't imagine many of you holding it this far, nor do you need to at all. But now you at least have a good idea of where the market could go. And let's say we get just, you're in and then you get out. Maybe we get a different setup again and we're able to just, take this further in the future. So, but for EuroCAD, there are 2 exits that I like here, and this is what we're looking for. So, EuroCAD, you have your intraday exit, which I think this might just happen during London session, and then you have your swing that might be something that takes a lot more. So you might need this to, let's say, go, because for example, you have Euro news in a few hours, right, in 5 hours, and then you have pound news, dollar news, Australian news. So the markets will be flowing. There's money moving around. There's motive, and even with pound news sometimes drives euro too. So things are looking pretty good. So here's EuroCAD, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in the chat for you all. Here you go, EuroCAD. Boom. This is a London session setup for sure. All right, guys, 25 out from the giveaway. So if you want to be around, also, if I didn't mention, it's going to be someone that's involved in the chat. So just so y'all are aware, it's people that are involved, that are participating in the chat. That's who's going to end up winning the giveaway. So, I mean, it just makes sense for you to be active and ask your questions, get clarity, move on up. If you guys have questions about strategy, technique, psychology, whatever, just ask in the chat. With Euro CHF, though, guys, not much going on here. Obviously, massive wick down before the market recovered, but that doesn't necessarily give me new entries yet. I kind of want to see where we're going to go moving forward. Euro GBP, right? Euro GBP. Let me a second there. Here we go. I do like Euro GBP for buys, but we're a little far. So we're a bit far away from our entries here. So if Euro goes down and keeps going, that is kind of what I think is going to happen. But at the same time, I usually don't trade multiple setups with one currency. So right now, for example, let's say I'm looking at EuroCAD. That's probably the only one I'm going to end up taking. I don't like really doubling down on Euro unless there's something that shows us that, oh, actually, this one won't work, but this one could. You know what I mean? Someone asked me, please, how do you think someone should manage a prop account risk per trade? So I'll give you my answer a little differently. If I was under a certain risk parameter, let's say I only had 10% to work with, right? The max. If I lose 10%, then I would lose access to an account. Then my goal isn't so much, let me go and make a whole bunch of money. It's how do I keep this account alive while trading responsibly and still obviously making some profits. And the number one thing that I always consider is the following. It's what's my risk tolerance? So like what is sacrificed if Okay, I'll give it to you guys like this. If I go on a losing streak, what's the downside? Right? If I'm losing 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, can I still keep doing the right thing? Because that's what matters the most, in my opinion. It's not so much how much can I go and make, it's what can I keep, how can I stay in the game. That's the number one thing, is can I stay in the game. So when I'm thinking about risk, you get excited when you're at a certain phase in your journey where you're, a week or two away from being able to withdraw a nice amount. But what happens is you got to think about not just acquisition of money, but keeping something you worked hard for. Because one trade can destroy a week, a month, a year, a career of progress. And so, in my perspective, if I'm under conditions where I can't lose 10% overall, then I want to make that a pretty low probability, but also I want to make sure that I'm still positioning myself to make some income. So I think I would be risking probably 1/4% if with the at least some of the capital, right? If maybe one of the things that I've done in my experience is I've divided I have a certain percentage risk with certain amounts of my capital. So I have multiple accounts. Some of my capital, it's only a 1/4% risk. And then after a certain amount, then this other bit of capital is 0.5% risk. And this other bit of capital is more. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to what you feel good about, what you can do disciplined. That's what matters the most, in my opinion. So you guys let me know what you think about that. So let's see here. All right, let's move on. 25 out. 25 out from the giveaway, yo. Just saying, guys. All right, so that's 0 GBP. I think we can get here. I don't think tonight's volatility is going to make it happen, to be honest. But here is 0 GBP, so you guys can set alerts in the future. I would just place an alert. I don't think we're going to get there anytime soon. And then that's basically it. I mean, nothing else here really brings my attention, and that covers the euro side of things. Once we go over Euro JPY and once we go over Euro USD. Now, with Euro JPY, guys, there's a very similar structure with the JPY setups, and it's really important that you're familiar with how they're all laid out. So Euro JPY, and I went over this on yesterday's stream in Spanish here on the channel, and so EJ was the cleanest setup out of any of them. Out of these spikes down, whatever. This was the one that was the cleanest. Now, here's what happened. You saw this huge push down. This liquidated Euro JPY retail buys, trendline buyers. If you look at, like, for example, USD JPY did the same thing. It liquidated all of these retail buys. If you look at GVP JPY, this pushed on further than I actually thought was going to happen. And this went even below this low here. Some of you probably were looking for buys here. I know I was looking for a buy here. But as this was crashing down, this was crashing down just way faster than Euro JPY was. So that's why Euro JPY was a much better setup to take, because it was just lagging behind on the drop compared to everything else. So this had the potential to pay out actually a very nice risk to reward. With all of that being considered, this is a standard risk to reward. Even if you just took it back to fill the imbalance, you're looking at like a 4 risk reward. So this is great movement. So what do we look for now? If we're looking at things like Euro JPY, GBP JPY, the drop that we saw here, which I think is important to look at and to consider, this was the last kind of spike down before this thing just ran. So, yeah, same thing with odd JPY. For sure, good question. So, odd JPY did a very similar movement. And out of all of these ideas, if you take a look at, so I'll flip over so you guys can look at something interesting here. This may not play out until later on in the week. So take a look at this. So odd JPY was a huge move. I'll zoom out a little bit more so you guys can see that. But odd JPY spiked down, took care of not just these retail buys, but all of these as well, and came down to price action from March 18th. So you could see here where price started to just absolutely melt, and this happened right around here. So right around, I believe it was 7:45 p.m. Central Time here in Chicago. This is when this thing just started to fall off a cliff. And then the market immediately started to recover, and it's ended up creating an imbalance in which the market just dropped so aggressively. So at some point in time, I do think we're going to get back to the zone, and we'll probably be able to find a nice buy position here. The question is going to be, out of all of these setups that did something, this crazy move, which is it going to be? Someone said SPY skyrocketed. Like right now? Or you're saying during that time? Okay, so you're talking about something else. All right, so so in this example, wait, where did this thing go? Oh, it must have been here. So here we can see price come down. I think we could see something like this before we continue on up. Now, okay, well, that's odd JPY. What about CAD JPY? Right? This thing also absolutely crashed and then worked its way higher. Okay? So my idea here, this looks like it probably is more likely to happen, but my idea between all of these moves that happen this way is some of these were definitely not bullish. Like GJ here, this came crashing down and it came right back up, but then Pound was like, nah, we're gonna keep going down. You have NZD-JPY that came down aggressively, came back up. USD-JPY is similar. But if you guys are noticing one thing, it's that CAD-JPY is way up here compared to where this spiked down. Odd JPY is also a lot higher. Meanwhile, for example, USD-JPY is barely sitting above this. NZD-JPY is a bit higher. GJ is all the way down here. Euro JPY is like barely up here. So at the end of the day, the question is, what's most likely to stay inside of this structure? And if you ask me, out of all of these setups, it's going to be CAD JPY. So I think we can see price eventually work its way back to around these levels before it continues on up. So CAD JPY to me makes the most sense. Guys, let me know if you hear any background noise right now. You guys can let me know. I don't think so, but let me know if that is the case. So there's CAD JPY. I'm going to get back to what I was talking about earlier, but I would say that if this happens, it probably won't happen until Thursday, where we have all of this yen news. Y'all see like this insane amount of yen news. That's probably when this goes down. So right now, it looks like CAD JPY is probably going to be the case. Odd JPY also is a bit up here, but if you look at just how they've traveled up, CAD JPY is just a lot more bullish than the rest of them. You can hear a little bit of background noise, for real? All right, cool. What's up, guys? John. I made 500 from this morning from SPY. It was this morning though. Nice. Do you think it will continue this trend till the next week? I think that I'm going to explain that to you here in a little bit. All right. Now, I went on a little bit of a side mission here because I was looking at Euro stuff and y'all, and then, but you know, whatever. All right. So we got Euro JPY. And then we got Euro NZD. I'm not really looking at anything here for Euro NZD. Nothing piques my interest. And then we have Euro USD. So, guys, I talked about this. For those of you that are on the live streams, talked about how Euro USD will probably work its way back down so it can rally. It's exactly what it's doing. We did a pivot during last week where we were looking for NZD USD for buys, but when, again, because remember, when Israel, they launched drone attacks on Iran during this time, and this influenced the dollar news event. So the markets came crashing down, and it was a slower drop for Euro USD. That's why we had an unusual timing for Euro USD buys. And since this was dropping less intensely than NZD USD, we ended up going with, instead of taking the buys on NZD, we pivoted. We pulled an audible and took a buy on Euro USD instead, since it came into the structure a little bit slower. So the bears were less aggressive here. Took that buy, it held the structure, and then off it went. So for Euro, in terms of re-entries, here's what we're going to do. Right now, here's what just happened. Right, we had EU creating these equal lows. Sorry, we had some Euro, support building up here. The market started to work its way down, specifically to this area. I'm just going to delete this for now. But we saw, look, you guys can tell, right? This thing drops. This is during New York session. Sweeps these lows, clean, higher highs. So I think a drop into this could be nice. Euro USD. The thing to consider here is going to be what's more likely for us. What would we rather trade? Euro USD or Euro CAD? Don't you think EU might tap the, what does it say? The daily imbalance, then sell? You mean like way up here? Is that what you're talking about? Over here? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. So yeah, cool. It can get up there. I'm okay with that. What daily imbalance are you talking about? The daily imbalance then. Or what, this one right here? Y'all let me know, right? But even if it goes and just targets this imbalance that we just saw form, that's fine. Because the structure is bearish with the euro on higher time frames. But once we see right now, take a look at this. We had lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, higher highs. So this clears out these, puts into the zone. Now we're bullish. In my opinion, I think we have at least one more extension to the upside. Here was our first push, right? The first move up. Then you have that pullback to this 886, 786. For us to see an extension right to this 14.6 minimum, fill in balance and work its way lower, I think that's possible. Maybe we even get all the way up here, but that's in the future. I want to see what we can do here. This is a little bit closer in terms of the current timeline. So I'd like to see some buys right in the zone. Right there. So for us, I think we can make our way all the way over to here. That's a nice risk reward, guys. I'm seeing a 7 risk reward. What? All day. We take that all day. So 7 risk reward, Euro USD. It looks good. Structure is on higher time frames, bearish. So I don't want to take this too far. Filling in balance, play off of the previous low. That looks like a good exit to me. 7 risk reward. What do y'all think? 7 risk reward? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So let me drop this in the chat. Euro USD. Boom. Okay. Sick. All right, perfect. So we got that set in stone. That's it for Euro, guys. That's what we got going on for Euro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a second to draw this out on your own chart. And that way you're able to make sure you have the proper analysis. So give me guys about 10 seconds. All right. All right, we back. EU banger. Sick. All right, so let's move on. We have, because remember, we have Euro news coming up, but then we have GBP news. And then we have dollar news tomorrow. And we have Australian news tomorrow night. Now, here's the thing. Usually, I don't really take Australian news too seriously. It's just not that interesting to me. But it's CPI. Got dog hairs, man. We got husky, man, just running around. Hairs everywhere. But CPI news for AUD, it's pretty lit. That might give us some volatility we want. So we might look into that a little bit here. But let's slide over to GBP. We're going to roll through that quick. I don't want to keep you guys here all day. You know, I just want to get y'all in and out with some sauce. All right, so we talked about Euro GBP. I mean, maybe it gets down here if the pound news drives this thing down further too. So, but I already shared that with you guys. We have GBP odd, and wow, what a drop! Like, what a meltdown. Take a look at this. The daily time frame gives you a better perspective on this. Guys, when you see a chart like this, what do you see? Tell me. Tell me what you see here. More cells. Yep. Mike, are you using MT4? I use MT4, MT5, and then just some futures stuff. Textbook setup, distribution, distro, big imbalance. All right, y'all learning. Y'all know your shit. I see my house gone because I was buying. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Kev. So, look at this thing. We were bullish. Everyone was happy. And then suddenly, it was just absolute destruction. 300 pips later. So, right now, I would love for us to come back here, take some sells. There's nothing really I see that would put me into any buys quite yet. Maybe we'd have to see some 1 hour time frame switch ups, but I'm not really in the position to look for any buys. But the sell up here, say less. So if we can work our way back up here, I would absolutely love to sell. And guys, this is not just any sell. This is going to be a swing sell because we're seeing shift in time frames. Like the daily has made its choice. We are in fact bearish. So here's what I have to say. Minimum, I'm looking for a nice sell-off. And I would take this to this 14.6 minimum, because we are talking about higher time frame setups and ideas. So these tend to move forward, and it's easier to calculate. So when you are taking a higher time frame trade, your stop loss is going to be a bit bigger, but you already know. So this is what we got going on right now. All right. Still, guys, about 25 out from this for the qualification for this giveaway. Y'all guys should tell your friends, man. But hey, it's all right. Y'all don't want free money, that's fine. So here's GBP odd. Now here you see the push to the upside. This aggressive move up, this liquidates all of these retail sells. All of these retail sells, goodbye. And you can see it here on the daily too. Big sell energy over here. Adios. Massive push down. Confirms bear structure. Now we just wait. All right, now we wait. Now, is there anything over here? Someone is sneezing and dying. And Nance is also on a stream. Oh, what's it take profit? Well, don't you worry, Josue. I'll drop the chart for you right here, I think. Hold on, let me make sure that it actually opens the right chart. Yeah, perfect. Someone said your head is in the way. Your big ass head's in the way, Mike. I'm gonna work on here. Let me make my head a little smaller, I guess. I'll do it just for you. Here you go. I'm out of your way now. I hope you're happy. This is what you wanted, right? It's fine. I'm fine. Okay. So now that my big ass head is out of the way, and you guys can see the take profit here. There you guys go. So I mean, if we go left a little bit, could there be something we can do here? I mean, price drops aggressively, comes up. Maybe there's something in here, but there's a lot of imbalance still all the way down here. And I do think we're going to go and make our way back down. So for GBP odd, is this a trade that we can take right away? Not quite. It may take a few days. We may not even come back for this until way later. But we'll see how this goes ahead. All right. Okay. Looks like, how's the chat looking? Y'all good? No, you good. GU. Thank you. I got you. GBP USD. We're getting there. Don't worry. We're getting there. GBP CAD. I don't really have an entry here yet. Not for a buy, but again, same thing, guys, because the pound has just been selling off. You know, the pound is just like dying. So what I do have is a sell idea, but again, we are far away from this. We are about 200 pips away from this idea as well. So, I mean, I can share it in here so you guys can set up your alerts and be ready for it whenever that time will be. But there is a nice sweep of the high, cleared out the sellers, retail sellers, then clears out retail buyers and just absolutely dies. So here's GBP CAD. Like I said, we got some room here. So this may take a while. But at some point in time, at least you can draw it up. You can go ahead and just have the alert set up. So GBP CAD. There you have it. Someone said gold buy. So I know gold had that big move. Let's just check in on gold real quick. So gold here came down, didn't quite play off our zone. I honestly, it might have been that this was really the mitigation right here. I'm surprised. I actually thought I was going to get a pretty good reversal. I had this drawn out already. So I had this zone marked up from last week as well. And this just kissed the zone and played right off really quick. So right now we're kind of in this in between where it's like, was the intention behind this drop to liquidate buyers and confirm bearish structure, or was this drop to liquidate buyers and then trap retail sellers down at these lows or at these, kind of break and retest levels? That's kind of where we're at now. And this came in perfectly to close out the sell that was opened here that pushed the market higher. And I'm going to show you this because this is something that I want you guys to see. So take a look at this. This happened here April 5th. This is Friday, April 5th. So about 17 days ago. Take a look at this. Now I'm going to zoom in for you. Here's how it goes down. Market sweeps the lows. This is a Friday NFP, I think. So clears these lows, fill this imbalance, and then off it goes. Comes down, not quite to close off the sell. So I think this is NFP. Let me double check. Gold broke my heart, barely missed the OB. I mean, it hit the mitigation zone. It just didn't go deep enough, right? But take a look at this, guys. There it is. Friday, April 5th. Dollar News, 7:30 a.m. Here it is, NFP. So this was inevitable, really. And there it is, man. NFP news closed out. The money that comes in to drive that down finally gives a nice reversal. And it's done the minimum. Like, this is part of my trading approach is I think about it like this. My theory is there's a certain amount of money that drives price down, right? This is an intentional push down. And so we saw the market drop about 160 pips. So if we look at what happened today, we zoom in here. Do we get a pretty decent reversal? And yeah, we do. Look at this. Look at this. And the market has given us, look at that, over 180 pips reversed from the zone. Would you taken it at the wick instead of the body of the candle? I mean, look, it's impossible to catch them all. So here, and I mean, what is a candle? What time frame are you looking at? That's why I like people that trade. This is maybe a controversial idea, but like I just don't care about candles at all. Like, money doesn't move because of candles. Candles are a reflection. It's just a way for us to visualize how money moves up and down, how price is setting. So what the fuck is a 4-hour candle? Like, what is a daily candle? It doesn't, like, none of it matters. It's all perspective. So for me, it's more about price and time. And so if you want to always get into the trade, then you can trade it off of where the money really starts to move. So for example, here you can see the money and the news event specifically starts to push down here at that time. So right at the top. This is where for sure money comes in and drives price down. Now, if you wanted to go somewhere else where else could money maybe move from? I would say you could argue that maybe it trades off of here. But even then, as the market's flowing, you can kind of see right here, it's a little bit of a traffic jam, right? A little bit of a traffic jam right here. Market comes up, down, chops up. It's a little turbulence. So obviously playing off this, it sucks because your stop is so big. I miss entries all the time because I want to get a better risk to reward ratio. and that's just something that I live with. So what you could do if you want to always be in the setup, you could use a certain percentage of your risk. So let's say you're going to risk 1%. You could use half of your risk or a quarter of your risk and place it here at the open of the move. And then if you want a better risk to reward, then you can use the other part of your risk to place it there as well. So if gold came back to entry, can we go in? Well, you can do whatever you want. I'm by no means your boss or anything like that. But the question is, why? Why would the market go up now? Right? Why would the market go up again? What would drive the market higher? Because right now what we just saw was the close of this sell-off, right? This sell drove price lower. This is why price went higher. This is why we just saw this happen. So what would make this go high again? Is there incentive for this to go even lower? And again, when you're looking at gold, you can also consider, well, what's going on with silver? So we can look at XAG USD. And if we're looking at this, then we go and we notice, okay, well, silver came down. And silver came all the way back to where we've seen imbalance down here too. So it has this efficiently moved. What do you think? A big push down, big move up. Does the market need to come back down to here? So let me give you guys an idea here. When the market is going against the trend, here's what it can do. So here we saw the move. Here we saw the move down. Here we saw it come back up again. And here we see it extending again. So take a look at this, guys. In a counter trend, so when it's going against the overall trend. Right now, guys, if you look at gold, this is hilariously bullish. Right? Bullish AF. Even on the daily, right now it's playing off that daily candle, that drop. Cool. Super bullish. Okay. So now that it's giving us the retracements in a bullish trend, usually the moves, these extensions on a retracement, because it usually gives you a second leg down. So the move, the pullback, the extension, and then it's basically it. So with something like this, we already saw price play off of this 886, 786 level. And I have this color-coded for you guys for a reason. When it gets to between the red and the purple, it usually extends between the purple and the red too. Look at this. Look at this. It literally almost perfectly played off the 27 too. So do I think that the market could keep going higher? Yeah, I think it's possible. The question is, why do we have a re-entry now? What just happened here? The market came up aggressively, lost some steam. Is there motive for the market to go higher? I think so. But you have to ask yourself, how much am I willing to risk to be in a trade like that? This to me looks like a break and retest. And then now we're seeing the market lure in a lot of sells again. Right? People see this, they go, okay, look, engulfing candles. The 15-minute finally engulfed here. Could we see another buy position? Yeah, I think so. But the problem is, will it hold this stop loss or will it go lower? So you're, at this moment, how confident are you in a setup like this? Does this follow your plan? Or do you just want to take a buy because you kind of feel like it? Because you just saw volatility and you want to get into the volatility again. So is there actual motive? Do you have proof that the market is going to go up in your direction? Because also, I don't want you to just listen to me blindly and just do whatever I do. At the end of the day, I'm here to help you become an independent trader. So what would I do in this situation? I have another screen right here. So I would take a buy, and I wouldn't risk what I normally risk. I'm gonna risk less because I have a theory that that the pattern that's being printed here is a break and retest pattern. And to me, it looks like this is looking to attract retail sells to trade this break and retest. And I'm not going to do what they want me to do. So I'll take a buy. Could I be wrong? For sure. And I'm willing to find out. I'm not willing to find out a full percent. But, you know, I'm down to tread the FAFO ratio. You know? So I'm down. But not fully. I'm not at a 10. You know? I'm not at a 10. But I'm down for it. Someone said, I'm buying because I just want to feel something. Sick. Yeah, and that is the perfect moment to introduce a sponsor for today, which is BetterHelp. So if you need to feel something and throw your money at the market, yeah, talk to a therapist. That'll probably help you out more. All jokes aside, you know, if you actually need that, then yeah, probably should do that. But with gold, this is a setup idea that, in my experience, has a higher failure rate, so the win probability is a little bit less, but the risk reward sometimes is very good. So, for example, imagine this is the low. Imagine we are taking a pretty low entry. The risk to reward in this idea could be very, very, very good. So just filling the rest of this imbalance again would be like a 4 risk reward. And then if this is going to recover and we're going to get back into these imbalances up here, then we're looking at way more than that. You're looking at 9, almost 10 risk reward. So yeah, I think a buy is valid, but I'm just going to take this with less risk. What's up? What's up, dudes? All right, so here's gold. Again, not my typical risk percentage, not my typical setup. And especially for a live session like this, man, these are the worst ones that I hate. This is like what I don't like to call out anymore, just because the risk reward's good, but the win rate's lower. And y'all won't take all the setups that I take because of emotions, because you just weren't there, because you maybe lose 1 or 2 in a row, and then you don't end up taking the one that actually wins, and all of that. It's a little imperfect. The you know, that's why signals and live streams, they're especially live streams, I think is where you learn the most and you can get the most out of it. But it does just require being consistent and taking all your setups. But this is a different type of setup. Do EuroCAD buy and EU buy at the same time, since we have the same bias for the two? You can do a couple things with that. So you could either split your risk. If it's basically the same setup, then you can risk half with each one. Or everyone loves to call me when I'm streaming. It's like their favorite thing to do. So either that, or what was I going to say? Yeah, split the risk. Thank you. Split the risk, or just market. If you're going to trade it like live, then wait for the market to get to the zones and then identify which one is retracing and it's like lagging behind. Which one's getting into the zone, but it's, you know, slower to get there, that has a higher likelihood of staying in the structure. Okay, so cool. That was gold. Now, before I was rudely interrupted by one of y'all telling me about gold. Um, let's go back and let's see what's cooking with the rest of these. So okay, GBP CAD. Not looking to do anything with GBP CHF. GBP NZD chilling. No, I mean it's kind of similar to GBP AUD, where it completely bodies all of these sellers before this thing just comes crashing down. Look at this. You had sellers here, sellers here, sellers here. This goes up, mitigates this huge smart money buy, closes that, and then down it goes. This would have been a beautiful sell. I don't look at these ever really, but that would have been a nice play. So, I mean, you have GBP NZD and you have GBP AUD. I would take a setup between these two, but it really is going to come down to whichever one of these gets to our zone last. That's the one that's more likely to hold the structure, trade inside of the structure, and fall off inside of the structure. So somewhere in here, I'd like to see sells. I'd be okay with taking sells like right here and seeing something like this play out. Either you can have a stop up here. If you believe this structure is solid enough, then you keep it there and then see where this goes. Then your exit is just going to be based on what's the market overall doing. You know, how do the higher time frames look here? And it's similar to GBP odd in terms that we're definitely looking more bearish now. So even something like this looks pretty clean. At the moment, I'd be down for a trade like this. So here is GBP and ZD. At the end of the day, guys, make sure to be coachable. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't just look at these charts and go, oh, here's the chart. Let me just trade this blindly. Like I just said, it requires an extra step of decision making for sure. And then GU. You guys have been asking me to look at GU for like a whole hour. I just made y'all wait. So GU, super bearish. This thing's been falling off. Filling this imbalances, finally getting to these areas. And now, I mean, basically we filled the imbalance. So if we really want to dive into it, it's time to see, did we go low enough? Right? Did we go low enough? We saw price get over here, sub 1.23. So let's see if there's something in here. So it looks like GU got right to this structure and then played off. That might be all it needed to do. Like right under, look at this, fill the imbalance between 123. Didn't really need too much. So for all I know, GU might be done. GU may have, look at this, right to 1.23, like almost perfectly. 1.22994. And then now that it's done that daily retracement, filled the imbalance, the question becomes, does this keep going higher or not? So I want to see a shift in momentum, but the 1 hour is still bearish. The 15-minute is still bearish. The only structure that I see bullish right now is this 5-minute structure. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, higher highs. I wouldn't bank on this quite yet. I would wait for some more confirmations before I'm buying anything. But it looks possible for GU. Guys, what do y'all think? Should I go into AUD real quick, or y'all want to wrap it up there? You guys let me know. We have AUD news tomorrow. It is CPI. What you guys think? We should just wrap it up, right? Yeah, we'll wrap it up. It's fine. You guys don't want this. indices. Honestly, oh man, I don't even have enough time, yo. There's just so much we could look at. We could be here forever. Oh my goodness. 80 CHF, 80 GPY, 80 NZD, 80 USD. Snap. Look at that AU buy on the 4 hour. Slept on this one. It was beautiful. It was literally actually perfect. Fuck. That's sad. That's just sad. All right. So what would I do here in this scenario with AUD news? Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I know that sucks for you guys, but I'm gonna drop a chart breakdown for AUD for CPI tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Appreciate y'all for hopping on for the whole session. Let's shoot for 100 on the live stream for next week so I can give away some money. But all right, guys, peace out. Much love. Till next time.